Contrary to popular belief, vehicle electrification and automation do not apply only to land vehicles. It is claimed that a Norwegian company has built the world's first zero-emission, self-driving freighter, the Yara Bjorklund, a battery-electric container ship built in Norway by the chemical company Yara International, has been completed. It has already been dubbed the Tesla of the seas, since it is fully electric, fully autonomous cargo ship. What mechanism is at work here? So, what will be the route for it? And why is it already assisting in the rescue of people in the inland areas of the United States? In today's episode, we'll take you on a tour of the world's first zero-emission cargo ship. Delighted to meet you guys. Greetings and welcome. Do you have anything projected for the rest of the day? Well, let's get this cracking. Before we proceed with this video, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please, click on the bell to be alerted to our new and fascinating content. This electric ship was built to lower hazardous gas emissions and divert freight away from highways. The corporation revealed the concept's conception and development during its 2017 conference, but it is not the world's first autonomous ship. In Finland, an autonomous ferry service was launched in 2018. Despite this, according to the ship's creators in a news release, this was the world's first fully electric container ship. A voyage between two Norwegian towns will be completed before the end of the year aboard the electric ship Yara Bjorklund. An onboard crew will most certainly be present to test out the autonomous systems. Allow me to acquaint you with the Norwegian company before we go on a tour of the ship. Yara International is a Norwegian corporation founded in 1905 by a group of Norwegian businessmen to combat the looming famine affecting Europe. Nitrogen fertilizer was invented by this company, and it is still the corporation's main source of revenue. In addition to its never-ending fight against hunger, Yara is focused on emissions reduction and sustainable agricultural techniques. The corporation also believes that it is capable of providing these agricultural techniques sustainably. Sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides emissions from ship diesel engines were the impetus for establishing Yara Marine Technologies by a Norwegian corporation. When the company started thinking about developing an autonomous, completely electric ship that would eliminate all hazardous emissions in 2017, it was a game changer. It is still possible to sail on the Yara Bjorklund, which, by the way, was named after the Norwegian researcher. The researcher discovered how to add nitrogen to fertilizer in Norway to date. Notwithstanding, the electric cargo ship is already on its way to completing its maiden voyage without the attendance of a single member of the crew on hand. A CNN report says that later this year, the Yara Bjorklund electric cargo ship will embark on its first autonomous voyage between two Norwegian cities, Herøya and Brevik. Not minding that there will be no crew on board, the cargo ship will be continuously monitored from 3 control centers on shore. Humans will be required to load and unload the ship in the beginning. The plant manager at Yara's Porkstrom, Norway factory, John Slutton, believes the autonomous technology will eventually be used to control the majority of operations. Containers will eventually be moved on and off the ship with the assistance of autonomous cranes and straddle carriers. The emphasis on autonomy lowers the cost of operation for those who deliver goods, while the completely electric cargo ship combats carbon emissions at the same time. Powered by 2 900-kilowatt Azapole pods and 2 700-kilowatt tunnel thrusters, the electric cargo ship can sail at a topmost speed of 15 knots. It has a battery capacity of 7 megawatt-hours, which allows it to achieve this speed while using only one set of propellers. A total of 120 20-foot equivalent units, TEU, or 60 40-foot shipping containers can now be transported on board the Yara Bjorklund. It was planned for the zero-emission ship to begin autonomous travel last year, but preparations were temporarily halted due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Yara Bjorklund is expected to introduce autonomous cargo shipments in Norway in the near future. These shipments will be charged at the quayside before traveling to and from ports along the European coastline. It is estimated that the electric cargo ship will eliminate 40,000 truck trips per year, according to Sletten. Don't you feel the need to board the ship and set sail for a voyage of discovery already? A Norwegian container ship, the Yara Bjorklund, appears to be a game-changer in the fight against carbon emissions, at least on the surface of things. Approximately 1 billion tons of CO2 are emitted by ocean-going freight every year, which is more than all but 5 of the largest countries combined. Electrification of at least some of this traffic, according to the theory, would allow for a little more breathing room for the planet. As part of a joint venture with Kongsberg Gruppen, a Norwegian engineering company that specializes in civilian and military guiding systems, Yara Björklund was formed. Yara International is the parent company of the joint venture. From the Vard Brela shipyard in Romania, the hull was launched in February 2020, and it was then transferred to the Vard Brevik shipyard in Norway, where she will be outfitted with an ultra-modern interior. Please, note that she is not the first autonomous ship. That distinction goes to a Finnish automobile ferry that made its debut in 2018. For her part, the Yara Björklund is a commercial vessel that emits no pollutants into the environment. It is planned that the energy needed to power her massive 7 MWh battery, supplied by Swiss technology firm Leclanche, will be routed in from the Norwegian grid, which receives the vast majority of its power from environmentally friendly hydroelectric facilities. By the way, the battery on the ship has 1,000 times the capacity of the battery on a typical home-use electric car. So, what will she be transporting exactly? Just a smidgen over 100 shipping containers. Even in the grand scheme of things, that isn't much. The largest ships currently carry 24,000 passengers at a speed of approximately 20 knots, which is twice as fast as Yara Björklund. However, Yara Björklund is a good starting point for a proof of concept because she is young and beautiful. The vessel was commissioned by Yara International to transport raw materials and finished fertilizers between 3 ports in southern Norway, Herøya, Brevik, and Larvik, which are currently served by land-based deliveries. Yara International is a Norwegian fertilizer company. It is estimated that 40,000 fully laden truck ships are required each year to transport the same amount of freight by road, according to the company. Norwegian highways will be quieter and safer as a result of the Yara Björklund, which will eliminate all of the pollutants and time-consuming refueling stops in one fell swoop. While she can currently travel between Herøya and Larvik, the maximum distance she can travel is only about 30 nautical miles at this time. Heavier-than-air propulsion will be provided by 2 rotating Azipol pods, with each generating 900 kilowatts, and 2 electric tunnel thrusters, with each producing 700 kilowatts, will be used to propel the ship. When sailing through Norway's busy waterways, the Yara Björklund employs a complex array of sensors, including radar, LiDAR, nautical AIS, automatic identification system, ordinary cameras, and infrared cameras that operate at night to detect what is around it. Every time the ship docks, it will be within 12 nautical miles of the shore. 3 independent operational hubs will be on standby to deal with any crises that may arise and to conduct periodic observation if the situation warrants it. Although the majority of maritime experts believe that autonomous ocean-going vessels are completely feasible with current technology, the complications that could arise if defects occurred thousands of miles away at sea could be prohibitively expensive, not to mention potentially dangerous. At the very least, for the time being. Yara International had hoped to have the ship in service by the end of last year, but the pandemic propelled them to delay the launch by a few months. Achieving complete self-sufficiency is not only sailing, but also loading and unloading at both ends as the ultimate objective. Those plans are, however, in the early stages, and they will be handled by cranes that will be operated by humans. The regulatory and supervisory structures that will be required for such complex maneuvers in all weather conditions is currently in the process of being built. When will all cargo ships be self-driving and powered by electricity be available? What to say is a difficult decision. After ditching its human safety crew this winter, it's safe to assume that other businesses with similar constrained nearshore use cases will look into the technology. Navigation through crowded, larger international ports, each with its own convoluted legal and regulatory ecology, will be significantly more difficult than pootling about Scandinavia's stunning fjords. As of now, Yara Björklund is on track to reduce Yara International's operating expense by up to 90%, which is a notable achievement. Despite the fact that the ship costs approximately $25 million, it is 3 times as expensive as conventional container ships of the same size and configuration. Better battery technology will undoubtedly cause the larger transportation corporations to take notice and pay attention to what is happening. However, it will take a few years of accident-free autonomous shipping before this technology becomes more widely accepted by the general public. Regarding the emission-free aspect, did you know that sailing ships have been doing so for hundreds of years? I'm curious as to what you think. Is electrification on such a small scale really worth the effort? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give a click on the bell button to be notified when we upload new videos like this one. Thank you for watching.